Hello and welcome to Arcane Investigations. This is a point-and-click detective type game that was inspired by the likes of Phoenix Wright games. So, yeah, very interesting. You know, I'm really liking the design of the little characters there. Very cool. Anyway, let's start a new game. Okay, I'll press enter to advance the game, usual controls. It's 2 chimes past midnight on the Quartzway Express, and I still can't sleep. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but it's time for my secret weapon. Fall asleep, all I have to do is flip on my pillow and hope that I get it cool side, keep staring at the ceiling, and maybe dissociate, or recall embarrassing things I did as a child. No, definitely not. I already do that enough as is. Let's try flipping on my pillow. And it's still warm when I tried this trick 5 minutes ago. Ah, damn. Who am I kidding? Maybe I should just bail out the window. Slink back into my family's flower shop. No stress there. No existential doubt that I'm totally unprepared to become an arcane investigator. I also just realized he's wearing like a little Christmas tree top. It's cute. If I hadn't handed my resignation first thing in the morning, no one will ever even notice I was here. Very ghostly scream. You know, maybe I actually am asleep. Who am I kidding? I gotta know what that was. But first I should change into real clothes or no time, run out in PJs. Yeah, no time. Decency be damned, let's go. Hell yeah. Train hallway is dark and quiet. That's odd. Door to the train's locked safe room is open. Creep over and find. Safe has been torn open. Its contents are strewn around the room. Oh no, there's been a break-in. Walking inside, you almost step on magic ruin that smolders on the safe room floor. Whoa, got some legit magic got cast up in here. I remember from Professor Pollyworth's 301 Advanced Spell class, this spell on the ground is a Transilio Ruin. Transilio Ruin means someone's been using magic to teleport. Oh hi! You're the, bird guy we saw in the main menu. What are you doing here? Ha! Speaker feigns a frightened witch. No, you're cute. You, on the other hand, look very angry and very menacing. This does not concern you, citizen. But I heard screaming. The Magisterium Bureau of Investigation has this well in hand. Return to your room and lead this to the professionals. Okay, but just for the record, dig in your pants for your ID. And pull out a dental floss. Let me guess, it's in your other pants. Quite literally. Ah, crumb. I left my magisterium badge in my real pants. God damn, I should have gotten changed. Can't believe me. I'm a newly accredited arcane investigator. In fact, these pajamas were included in my magisterium welcome basket. Ah, you must be Kabili. New graduate from the academy joins our ranks. Don't technically start until tomorrow, but it's nice to meet you. I'm a Burian, a sorcerer's forensic expert. To say nothing of my knowledge in criminal law, rhetoric, and success rate as a prosecutor. Speaking of, I'm in the middle of transporting the prime suspect tonight's robbery into custody. She used dangerous magic to destroy trained property and make off with a singularly dangerous magic artifact. So I plan to make her stand trial and pay for what she has done. She doesn't look like the type that would try to steal nor do such powerful magic. The strange witch stares at the ground, not protesting. A dangerous artifact? Did anything else get stolen from that safe? That's because someone's dad may have given them a watch to celebrate their new job. The only object stolen from the safe was a powerful artifact, an arcane power gem. Plus the priceless stone originally belonged to the recently deceased father of this witch. It's Meta Jukar and her brother Foley Jukar. Though the finer details of their fathers still will remain under active magisterium investigation, power gem was released to the authorities so that it could be displayed at the father's funeral in the capital. As the gem was entrusted to the provincial guard for safekeeping, Spencer's act of theft will be considered a crime against the magisterium itself. That's pretty serious. And you're sure she did it? It's the same old story. Those with arcane powers think they can get away with anything. Fear not, justice will be done, and she will never cast a spell again. Spencer says nothing, watching the snow-capped mountains roll past. Even though you're sleep-deprived, hungry, and embarrassed about having to hold up your two big pajama bottoms, can't help but notice there is something about her look. Tell yourself to stay out of this. I don't think she did it. Excuse me? Smell turns to you, surprised. You roll out of bed, hear half the facts, and think I've got it wrong. I mean, isn't magisterium protocol to give the accused counsel? If you're volunteering to defend this matter, I won't stand in your way. What? But I haven't had any investigator orientation yet. Nobody knows my emergency contacts. I can't think of a better orientation than this. I've already alerted the train conductor and cordoned the safe room and other areas of interest from the rest of the passengers. View the crime scene, question Miss Meta, and her brother Foley, the only other suspect. Better hurry. I anticipate notching another guilty verdict by the time we arrive in the capital. Hold the gramophone. We're doing the trial here tonight. The rest of our judicial team are already on board, have been alerted to the matter at hand. Empath Willa and Educator Zircon are making preparations as we speak. While you're at it, maybe you can get a straight answer out of her. A straight answer? Smeta, line down your investigator as to your whereabouts tonight. I can't say. What? You don't have an alibi? I admire your courage in defending her. We should all aspire to be so bold. Wait, I just realized we can't do the trial tonight. And why is that? Man, such great options! Which one do I go for? Okay, let's grieve as loud as we can. Maybe it'll scare him off. A valiant effort. Look forward to seeing the fruits of your investigation. Buren flushes you a winning smile, leading this matter away. Great. Me and my future co-workers were stumbling through my first case. What could possibly go wrong? Maybe I'll get sent back to my parents' flower shop sooner than expected. At any rate, I better get started investigating. Though not ideal, I can use my travel case to store and make notes of any evidence I find. I better keep my eyes open. Anything I find could become a vital piece of evidence in the upcoming trial. As long as I don't seem to fall asleep, because seeing him in his pajamas is making me sleepy already. You can always check what I collected by pressing that big old inventory button. In fact, I should do it right now, okay? Okay, so what have we got? Official Magisterium startup paperwork I've yet to fill out. Details of how I'm supposed to work with the automated Zircon. Investigators, yeah, that word. Albarian Buzzard and Willem Mayweed. And the train ticket. Ticket that doubles as shameless self-promotion for the train. Propelled by runestone wheels, the Quartzway Express travels at a blistering pace of 10 meters per second. Right. When I click on a piece of evidence from inside my inventory, I can give myself a refresher on what the item is. Another thing, whatever happened here, it definitely involved the Transilio ruin spill. Let's be real. I mostly slept through Mr. Pollyworth's class. I need to ask people how that spill works. We're gonna figure this out. Once I gather all the evidence from interviews and investigating the train, I can let everyone know that I'm ready to start the trial. Okay, cool. Of course, now I'm tired. You gotta stop it, you're making me yawn. So tell them how to get to work, and maybe now I should change out of my pajamas. Yep, or I can still stay in my pajamas. As tempting as that is, I better change into my real clothes, make it official. Hell yeah. Look like I actually mean business. Look out, world, I'm in pants. I love this character already. I love him. Alright, enough stalling, let's get to it. Okay, hell yeah. Okay, well, we can investigate the crime scene, investigate Esmeta's rooms, search Foley's room. Oh, question of Esmeta. Well, I don't think we're gonna get much out of her just yet, so probably investigate, well, we might as well just investigate the scene of the crime first. That'd probably be easy. Head to the scene of the crime, train safe room. Inside the room, a circular Transilio rune still glows. Then moves a magical energy. Broken safe stands near the back wall, supported by 3 legs. Ordinarily it'd be 4 legs, but a section of it has been cleaved off. Leaving the contents of the safe fully exposed. Okay, interesting. Thank the giants my watch is still here. That's the only thing you care about. As you reach to reclaim your watch, a silver automaton turns to watch you from the window. Oh, hi. You're scary looking. Actually, I think I'll leave it in there. That would be prudent, Kabbalai. This is an active crime scene. You must be our investigative team's adjuster. That is indeed my role and primary function. You may call me Zircon. I am pleased to make your acquaintance. I wish it was under better circumstances. At least I had time to change out of my PJs. In turning times, I find it beneficial to appreciate the minor details. I, for one, just saw juvenile Hyrix emerge from his warren for a twilight repast. Since when were automatons programmed to appreciate cute stuff? Would you like to review my serial number or most recent diagnostic review? Under general comments, they wrote, "Experience spikes is unprompted self-reflection. Next service date moved up 3 months. I love to chat, but I'm kind of in the middle of the whole who-done-it thing. We all have our roles to perform. If you have need of me, I shall be observing your methods. Great to know that someone's gonna be watching me. Zircon hovers to the side, watching you with a singular gaze. What do you want to do? Okay, well, we'll search the room first. Okay, well, we can check the safe itself. There's also a picture, the ruin leaves, whatever the less is. Oh, and there's also down in the bottom left there's points of interest, 0 out of 6. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's number 6? Yeah, well, I guess we'll... Oh, it's the obvious scorch mark on the floor there. Okay, well, we'll check the safe first. Weird. Safe elevated on its 3 legs are spilled open by a perfect circle going vertically through its structure. I scanned the safe and concluded that the power gem is the only thing absent from its contents. Are you sure I can't just grab my watch back? I guess I'll take that as a no. Eesh, never mind. Okay, what about this bug painting? Is that supposed to be a Galloway beetle? And why does it have so many legs? Not all mysteries are ours to solve. Okay, cool. Okay, what about the ruin? Since the ruin signals are still glowing like that, say this Transilo spell was recently drawn and cast. As for the penmanship, it's even messier than my chicken scratch. Maybe whoever did this was in a hurry. Or just refused to take calligraphy classes. Despite advancements in arcane forensics, it remains impossible to determine which direction the caster teleported using the ruin. Thanks a lot, arcane forensics. Okay, well, what about this scorch mark? Directly below the safe on the floor is a smear of mud, ink, grease. As I have no idea what this could be, I don't think I can add it to my list of evidence. Sometimes things reveal themselves in due time. Okay. Keep that noted. Okay, what about these leaves? They clearly must have come from outside at some point, so... Scattered around the safe are aromatic plant leaves covered in red flecks. An inclusive scan indicates they may be remnants of the Paracantha plant. According to the Magisterium Codex, this is a highly acidic plant, often summoned by magic users starting at 5th constellation level. Oh, okay. How strong of an acid we're talking? Strong enough to melt through the walls of the safe? Is within the bounds of possibility. Oh, not a good look for this matter. This entry does not explain where the leaves' red coloring originated from. Okay, so we found how they would have gone into the safe, but... But what about these other things? Whatever cut this section of the safe must have really packed a punch. Oh, this is the rest of the safe. So yeah. And I think whoever responsible remains in our midst. Yep, definitely not sleeping tonight. Yeah, knowing that they have such strong plants like, or strong acidic plants that could cut through thick steel. Okay, well, I think that's it for this room for now. Okay, let's talk with Zircon. Okay, does anything here seem out of place? Before returning to my chamber to engage sleep mode for the evening, I ascertained that Oberon was meant to watch the safe room door. Really? Then how did someone break in here without him knowing? Guessing the teleportation rune? Maybe Mr. Perfect Cheekbones was a little lax in his watch. Alternate theorem, someone could have used the Transilia rune to teleport inside, escaping Borean's direct... yeah. I like my idea better. Okay, who do you think stole the gem? I'm decided to withhold judgment until reviewing evidence and testimony at the upcoming trial. Okay, right. Sure, but you gotta have an inkling. Coming into contact with ink or any other liquid is dangerous to my chassis. Next question. Okay, we'll remember that. Okay, tell me about the Transilio spell. I searched the Magisterium Codex, subsection Major and Minor Arcanium, and found the following. Upon drawing the Transilia rune and casting the spell, everything inside the Transilia rune turns incorporeal and travels at 10 meters per second for resuming physical form at the spell's termination point. At exactly the same speed as the train. So to perform the translocation spell, you need to draw one of these Transilia runes, then cast the spell. Don't need anything on the other end to catch you, right? That's correct. All you need is to draw the rune and cast the spell at sufficient level. Yep, totally knew all that. Thanks for the reminder. Okay, what about the power gem? What is it? Power gem is a relic from the era of the giants that stores large amounts of arcane energy. Though it's unknown what it was originally made for, holding a gem enables amateur magicians to cast spells at higher constellation levels. Additionally, such stones have been known to overcharge objects, powered by magic. Sounds pretty handy. Wish I had one of those during my arcane calligraphy finals. Fortunately, it wouldn't have aided you in memorizing the runestone tables. Good to know my grades are accessible from the Magisterium Codex. Oof, they're that bad, eh? Okay, anyway, personal questions. What is your role in the investigation team? I am the arcane automaton designed to adjust criminal cases on behalf of the Magisterium. To perform my functions, I have read rights and privileges on the Magisterium's Codex of collective knowledge and judicial precedent. I'm jealous you can make sense of that thing. One time I tried reading it, I got a headache from the table of contents alone. It is perplexing the laws of society are largely inscrutable to those who they're made to protect. Fair point. Okay, can you tell me about yourself? I am a standard issue adjudicator with up-to-date cognition and processing nodes. Don't sell yourself short. Unlike any automation I've seen, I process zero deviations from standard operating procedures. That being said, whoa, boo. Oh my god, he's got a little hat on. Oh my god, that is so adorable. A hat materializes on Zircon's head. What is your opinion on my chassis modification? Speak truthfully. I myself am undecided. I'll wear that thing forever. I miss with production. You look great as you are. Yes, wear it. I want you to wear it forever. I was being facetious about not possessing an opinion. I film most myself with this headpiece. Aww. I love him so much now. Oh my god. It's all the reason you need to wear something. I appreciate your prudent counsel. I shall henceforth be adorned thus. Yes! Yay! Oh my god. I love you, Zircon. Okay, well, unfortunately there is nothing else we can talk about with you, but you have become my new best friend. Okay, well, time to investigate elsewhere. Okay, next best bet is go to Meta's room. The space is crammed tight with books, and it doesn't help Esmeta staying in one of the smallest, cheapest rooms in the train. Returned from dropping Esmeta off in a giant car, Baron stumbles around searching for clues. Careful to avoid stepping in the glowing embers of the transcendental rune in the center of the room. Uh-oh. That does not bode well for her, then. Huh, what? There's another one of those teleporting runes inside this Meadows room. This really is starting to look bad for proving her innocence. Okay, well, if it's not her, I'm assuming it might be her brother, and she's trying to cover it up, and because she doesn't want her brother to get into trouble, and she's trying to protect him. That's my next best bet. Okay, well, let's search the room. Okay, so there's only 5 things we can look at. So we got the closet, the window, the bed, the ruin itself. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, where is number 5? Oh, the books. Okay, books it is then. A stack of magic textbooks. Honestly, it's a little over my head. Which volume is too much for you? It's your spellcraft in our geocentric plane, herbal properties of night fungi, simple magic for simple folks. Hey, I'm just going to ignore that last thought and hey, what's this? One of her books she's using a letter as a bookmark. It's from the Arcane Solarium University. Welcome to the Spellcraft Development Program. Join a team of expert magicians developing the next generation of spellcraft. Working here, you'll have access to the Solarium's vast conduit of arcane power. She could offer such a fancy gig in Acadia, or Academia. Why would she bother stealing a powerful gem? Yeah, she leaves the question then who is it? Because, yeah. Because my only next best bet is her brother. Probably why she doesn't want to dob on him, potentially. This would be the perfect place to hide the power gem. This Meta stole it. Too bad it's empty, Borean. I'm sure a witch of this Meta's caliber could think of a better hiding place than this. That is true. Very true. That window is locked tight, I think. Then again, understanding user design has never been my strong suit. Why they gotta make everyday objects impossible to use? Look at you, hotel showers. I don't really need to know about your shower habits. Okay, anyway, about her bed. And speaking of beds, you don't need to know about your bed habits either. Why do beds look so good when you're tired? If only I was back in my own room and there hadn't been a serious crime. Kabili, you make one more long sigh. Yeah, we get it, you'll bark and no bite. Okay, anyway. Transcendental rune is drawn on the ground. Calligraphy on its signals is clean. I'm going to say beautiful. Okay, so why were the other ones rushed then? Makes me wonder if it was maybe done by a different person. So maybe, just maybe, the girl maybe had something to do with it. She maybe helped create this first sigil, and then her brother did the other hastily made one, potentially. Allow me to interject. Judging by the arcane soot around the lines, it's clear this translocation spell was recently drawn and successfully cast. Okay, but there's no way to confirm it specifically as Meta who used this to teleport. Then again, it doesn't look good for her. Yeah. Okay, well, we're down here. Okay, but we can talk to Oberian. Okay, what can we talk about with you? Okay, timeline events. If you must know, I volunteered to stand watch outside the safe room, starting at 8 PM tonight. At 1:55 AM, we had a routine inspection inside the safe room itself, whereupon I discovered the broken safe and the missing gem. I immediately began investigating and found Foley in his room sleeping. Meanwhile, his sister Meta was in hers. Suspected the strangely absent Meta, who I knew to be a powerful witch capable of teleporting herself via transiliar runes. I tried to alert Willa to help me locate his Meta, but she was momentarily disposed to freshen up. After minutes of searching on my own, I successfully captured his Meta, who I caught attempting to sneak back into a room. It was then that I ran into another potential suspect. You mean me? Hey, leave me out of this. Who do you think stole the gem? Normally I wouldn't divulge, but this case is simplicity itself. Driven by a desire to steal the power gem for herself, Meta drew this transiliar ruin and teleported it into the safe room, thus escaping my detection while I still guard outside. There she broke into the safe, stole the gem, and teleported back out all without me knowing. If that's true, then how come you found her wandering the halls instead of inside a room? She likely misjudged the jump distance. One should never attempt magic with a guilty conscience. Hey, does anything here seem out of place? I'm confident the power gem is here, so only a matter of time until its hiding place is revealed. You sound awfully sure for someone who looked at that closet twice now. If you insist on interrupting, who do you think stole the gem? Wait, you're serious? This is just for sport, from one investigator to another, who had no bearing on the outcome of the case. Meaning that my choice doesn't matter in this situation? Okay, cool. So, who do you think it did it? Sure, I'll take a guess. Okay, I think the person who stole it is... you stole it. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, it's not Meta. Could potentially be Foley. Don't know about Willa, we haven't met them. Okay... yeah, at the moment, I think it might be Foley. The brother? Huh. Now you're really making me look forward to this trial. I'll remember this. Uh-oh. I don't like the sound of that. When a character says they'll remember this, it usually means that something bad is about to happen to us in the near future. Hey, tell me about the transiliar spell. Let me guess, Transiliar Ruin weren't on your finals? It actually was, don't remind me. Here's a refresher. Spellcasters have to be careful with Transiliar Ruins. Organic and inorganic matter in the Ruin Circle teleport along with the caster. If you don't want your limbs sliced off when using the Ruin to teleport, you have to stand perfectly still. Yeah, I'll stick to trains for personal travel. A needlessly sassy note about Transiliar Ruins has been added to your inventory. Oh my god, I did just notice that. Okay, personal questions. Roll an investigative team. As Arcane's sorcerer forensic expert, there isn't an iota of Arcanium that I haven't studied, in addition to my dabbling in alchemy, cryptobotany, and hover polo. In this case, I'll use my breadth of experiences and insights to improve this. Okay, let me try that again. Add insights to improve this meta is, Without a doubt, guilty. Wow, I hate to be in my shoes. Barbarian does not return your laugh. God damn it. Okay, tell me about yourself. I don't have time for what a game you're playing. What, you mean visual novel point and click type game? Eh? Eh? Okay, fine. Like someone else I know, I'm working. Ouch. Okay, well, I'll leave you to your work then. It's no fun to be around. Okay, well, time to investigate elsewhere. Okay, time to go to Foley's room. Oh, very fancy and very bright. Walk into Foley's room. Dang, this place is fancy and huge. Well, comparatively big because, you know, still on a train. Okay, well, let's search the room. Wonder where Foley is anyway. Okay, there's 6 points of interest. So we got the wardrobe, clock, papers over here, the rug for whatever reason, knitting stuff. Oh, and window. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, there's all 6 of them. Okay, let's check the window. Window's locked tight. Even if Foley got this open, he'd have to be some kind of acrobat to get onto the roof. Yeah, that is true. Okay, knitting stuff. Good for Foley. Breaking out gender norms and taking up knitting. Although he's got some serious learning to do, these knitting needles are majorly scuffed. Make a note to give Foley some tips later. Okay, will do. Okay, Foley's got a lot of clothes, but for my taste, his duds are mostly duds. That's me trying to be cool with the fact I never could afford half of this. Maybe we can take some of it, not like he'll miss it or anything. Okay, what about this clock? Why can't we investigate it? Looks like your standard arcane powered clock. Too bad it's busted as all get out. According to this hunger junk, it's already 4 chimes past noon. I mean, that was the actual time. It'd already be at my new apartment, maybe even asleep. Suddenly the door bangs open. Oh, hi. Kabili, hi. An out-of-breath woman appears, clothes and hair skewed. Do I know you? I met when you were ordering a drink from the bartender. You know, the one you thought was super cute. How do you know that? Was I that obvious or... Wait, you must be... Oh, you're Willa, okay. I gotta say, love your hair. Very unique, very cool, very pretty. Ding ding ding, you're about to guess it. I'm Willa. Nice to officially meet you. You're the Team Empath, right? That means you have the power to... Oh no. Read people's minds. Sorry to disappoint, but a mind reader, this girl is not. Oh my god, that is so cool. Your hair just got even fucking cooler. Oh my god, I want your hair. It's so pretty. It glows. Basically, my powers allow me to read people's moods. I can tell what someone is feeling, even if they're trying to hide it. Though it's not as powerful as telepathy, mood reading is still a huge help to understand suspects and witnesses' emotions, vibes, and very reciprocated crushes. I would say that's a relief, but I'm already mortified. Speaking of vibes, I love how it's not even your first day and bam, you're already challenging the Big O. Honestly, I'm feeling a little over my head. Don't worry, feeling overwhelmed is practically the default mental condition. Just when I think your hair can't even get any fucking cooler. My god. Yeah, I can just stare at your hair all day. It's so cool. Anyway, I should let you get back to making profound discoveries about that clock or whatever. Wait, what? There's something about the clock? Okay, well, I mean, I had a feeling, because why else would we need to... Why would they give us a reason to look at it? If you need any empathetic insight, just think happy thoughts. Right, that's easy for you to say. Well, it turns around to brazenly leaf through Foley's wardrobe, rain the make of his frilly shirts. Okay, well, glad I got company now. Okay, well, let's look at these papers. A lot of Foley's business correspondence is scattered around here. Notably, there's a stack of customer complaints for Foley's line of successful magic weights. The kettlebell that gets heavier with every swing. God, that sounds horrible. Skimming these letters, it sounds like people are upset because after 6 months, the kettlebell stopped resting their weight, or stop resting their weight back to 0. I should probably tell my mom, not that she ever works out, but you know, just in case. Probably for the best. You know how mothers are. I think the thread count on this rug is higher than my sheets at home. Well, I don't know why my brain went there, but I think whatever reason my brain went counting on this rug is higher than the people I've gotten in my sheets. God damn it. And just when I was saying that I didn't really need to know his nightly routines. Wonder if anyone would notice if I took this home with me. Hey, I just picked up on a criminal tinge in your aura. One crime is already more than enough. Hey, don't leave me alone. I wonder what happens if we take a look at this stuff while she's here. Okay, nope, not really. Oh, no, there is something different here. What would be a better place if there were more aerial performers? Fewer capitalists. Cool. What about these? From a lifetime of mood reading, learned to see wealth as a corrupting force, but these clothes? Maybe being rich has its perks. Again, your hair is fucking amazing. I wish I had it. But anyway, what about this clock anyway? Okay, nothing. Okay. But we will get to talk to Wheeler. Yay! Okay, what about the timeline of events tonight? So, I was asleep in my room. You get just the best sleep on a train, right? Talk about salt in the wound. All of a sudden at 2 AM, bam. Ooh, her angry hair. Vacate your room post-haste. We have need of your investigative services. Is that supposed to be Oberon? Or Baron? I told him to hold his horseflies, but he can't just rush out of a room at the drop of a tam o'shanter. When I was good and ready, I came out and got the lowdown from his lordship of Barian. Then he sent me here when I met my awesome new co-worker. Thanks for the wholly objective recount. Okay, who do you think stole the gem? Who do I think stole it? Honestly, I just woke up and I'm still getting those gross sack crusties on my eyes, Bill. I will say that before I came in here, Baron had me do a mood reading on this matter and get this. Picked up exactly 0 guilty vibes. She was mostly scared and a little hungry. But not hungry enough to go steal something? But... scared why? I mean, Barian seems like the scary type of person, but... Seriously, then why is the Barian still accusing her? Fortunately, mood reading isn't a fully unimpeachable method of criminal investigation. Whatever that means, In any case, it's not surprising a Baron has a matter in his sights for this. If there's a crime, his first and only plan, blame the strongest magic is, of course. Okay, oh yeah, tell me about your necklace. Just wondering, but what happened to your necklace? Oh, this old thing is a mood pendant. Lights up depending on my emotions. If it ever turns red, watch out. I bite. Oh, I don't think that's the only thing we're going to be watching out for with the thorns. It's funny, when I met you in the drink lines earlier, it didn't go blue like that. It's probably all shiny now on account of the sweet flying dream I had earlier. How come the best things in life are over too soon? Interesting. Okay, roll on investigation team. So I'm the team empath, because it turns out reading people's emotions is real helpful when sussing out criminals. Speaking of, I talked with Foley tonight. It's Meta's brother. Link's definitely not on the level with that guy, so I'm potentially right. Anything more specific? There we go. Finally got the word out. Tried digging a little deeper, but Oberon wouldn't let me. Wonder why. Basically pushed me out to search here, even though it's like, hello, got two left routes when it comes to finding physical evidence. Maybe don't stand on top of the suspect's luggage. This is what I mean. Sounds like me. Something I would do in an investigation. Tell me about yourself. I get a little shy talking about myself. It's like, what's there to say? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Slow down, ladies. Slow down. I cannot read that fast. Jesus Christ. Right. Thanks. I got none of that info. So, yeah, that's basically it. What just happened? I have no idea. I did not. It went in one ear and out the other. Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyway, nice talking to you, Willa. Very nice. I like you. Okay, well, time to investigate elsewhere. Actually, before we go, we do have this. Okay, yeah, use extreme caution when positioning a ruin or organic and inorganic matter in the ruin circle. Teleport along with the caster. Okay, well, we need to find out where that teleporter went to then on the second trip. Okay, upon casting translocation spell, everything inside the ruin turns incorporeal, travels, yada yada. Investigator contract. Official Magisterium startup paperwork. Oh, we already read through that. Complaints on our suites. Yeah, the ugly scarf. Yeah, when I first met her earlier today, Nicholas was dull and lifeless. Now it's already in blue from her super awesome flying dream. Wonder where that is. Interesting. Well, anyway, now we can go finally question this meta. Walk into the train's dining car. Ordinarily, there'd be a few other night-out passengers, but the cases scared everyone away. Samantha stares out a window, nervously tapping her toes. Across the room, a man looking just like her eats an omelette. This must be her brother, Foley. That's where he went to. Warrior Sentry reads the paper, keeping an eye on the two suspects. What do you want to do? What do we want to do? Okay, I guess we start from the top. Let's talk to Smeta. It's Kabili, right? thanks for helping me like this. Don't worry, I'm very confident in my professional abilities. Even if others may not be. What? Don't mind me, just trying to lighten the mood. How can I help you with your investigation? Okay, well, where were you early tonight? I can't say where I was. This matter, you're about to be put on trial for the robbery of a dangerous artifact. You could go to jail for this. Come on, if you tell me where you were, it'll make defending you so much more easier. I'm sure you're up for the challenge. For the first time, I wish someone believed in me less. Okay, tell me about your Transilio spell. I know it doesn't help my case, but I made a career of performing advanced magic like the Transilio rune. The Transilio spell is actually a fascinating case. Example of modern arcanists. Updating a spell originally meant to help ancient quartz miners escape cave-ins. Sorry, this probably isn't the time for arcane history lesson. Here's how the spell works. For constellation level magic, or higher, can use the spell to teleport exactly 50 meters away. Starting at 3rd constellation level, mages can do a weakened version of the spell, and only teleport a few millimeters away. I hope that's useful. Okay. So I could only do it a few millimeters away, so actually helps a lot, thank you. Okay, what is that power gem anyway? The power gem is a family heirloom, a powerful artifact from the great time of the giants. This is my great-great-great-great-grandmother found it. Every generation's taking a crack at figuring out what it was really made for. I hope you're able to recover it. I hate for that family history to just vanish. Yeah, it makes me think that maybe Foley wanted to take it because he knew it'd go to his sister's matter, because he seems to be the very successful one out of the 2 siblings. And with the complaint letter we got, yeah, it makes me believe that it was more than likely him. Who do you think stole the gem anyway? I honestly have no idea. I'd hate to imagine Foley did it, but I don't see why he'd he do this. He's only interested in magic when there's a way to market and sell it. Which he may have found a way, probably. Maybe there's someone else we don't know about? Anyway, investigation into your father's will. Magisterium's still reviewing my dad's will since he owned a lot of valuable books and potentially dangerous relics. One share of his belongings was supposed to be split between Foley and I, but then it all got held up in the Magisterium's audit. It's frustrating, because I plan to translate some of my dad's first edition magic books, make the text available to any spell heads for free. I even picked out an outfit to wear for my author photo. In any case, release the power gem to the authorities, so that I could show the gem at my dad's funeral. Oh, look at that did. Okay, tell me about your brother. What's to tell? Big brother and I used to be close, but then time does what time does. Suddenly a year passes. Realize you haven't spoken since the equinox. Anyway, we're very different people. My idea of a good time is figuring out how to cast a new esoteric bit of magic. Meanwhile, my brother spends all his time running taglines for his businesses. Speaking of at conventions, getting his products sponsored in theatrical shows, getting front row tickets to said theatrical shows. Honestly, I'm proud of him and only a little jealous. Okay, tell me about yourself. Hopefully you're not gonna be like Willa and rattle on and go really, really fast. I'm a 5th constellation level witch and professional arcane researcher. Anything more personal? How's this for fun facts? I don't want to be found guilty of a crime I didn't commit. Yep, I deserve that one. But you're gonna need to cooperate with us more, Miss Meta, otherwise you're gonna be found fucking guilty. Okay, anyway, we've had enough with you. Okay, let's talk to Foley now. Oh hi, you're just as exactly as I'd imagined you. Of course I'm not surprised. Just the guy I want to see. Who? Me? What would you say if I offered you a delectable new beverage that also restores your mana? What? Introducing my next hit product, Mana Store. Mana Store Light and Mana Store from Quateensk. Hi, I'm Foley Jukar, successful businessman and inventor, seen on the 30 under 30 list in Magical Business bi-monthly. And here's the best part. Your boy's got slots open for investment in this exciting new energy drink venture. You want to make 1 million souvenirs or what? 1,000 times yes. I'm broke, sorry. Trying to figure out how you stole your father's power gem? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with the last one. This thrifting matter will be passed up sooner rather than later. What's the harm in talking some business? Don't you want to get the power gem recovered? Fair enough, but let's circle back later to how we can synergize our investment strategies. No thanks, I'm not interested. Okay, well anyway, where were you earlier tonight? I was in my room manifesting future business opportunities when Oberon knocked on my door to tell me about the robbery. I was still in my silk PJs. He even searched the room for the gem and only found one thing of note. My house is a set of barkskin luggage. Only the best for this guy. Right. Okay, tell me about the Transilio spell. You know, effectively casting that spell beyond the humble 3rd constellation level novice like myself. I don't think my real magic power is my business acumen. This makes it look even more fucking suspicious, because now I think maybe you're trying to test out this mana potion thing you got. You got a little bit carried away. Okay, who do you think stole the gem? Kills me saying this, but it's not looking great for my little sis. Transilio ruined in her room, say broken by powerful magic. I really hope you and your team find my Pop's magic rock. Right, well, investigating into your father's will. Don't get me started. The whole thing was a nightmare. You know, this deeply personal moment of loss for my family and I, Magisterium jumps in, dropped in everything. Turns out they have a strict rule about not starting any personal or business relationships between Magisterium agents and beneficiaries in an ongoing review. Wait, what? I was just testing the waters to see if anyone was interested in one of my solid platinum ideas when the Magisterium got all huffy. Didn't you just ask me if I wanted to invest in something? I tried making a case, but the pencil pushes insisted this matter and I can't have any untowed social or business contact with Magisterium people until they're done reviewing Pop's will. They're still reviewing the case even now, so my idea for naturally flavoured jelly cues will have to go unfunded. Talk about a personal tragedy. Yeah, makes me think you maybe wanted that gem to maybe sell so you could get this thing funded. Anyway, tell me about your sister. Is Meta? Yeah, she's alright. It's funny because I'm supposed to be the big brother, but she gets all the respect in the family because of her fancy smatchy arcane research. Again, proving my theory, potentially, of him, realizing he's maybe not going to get anything from his father's will. But it's whatever. I always loved an underdog, especially when they get to wear custom designer suits. Right, good for you. Hey, I hate to ask this, but tell me something about yourself. Invitation to talk about myself, don't mind if I do. I'm gonna regret this. What have I done? What have I done? Oh no. Looking at a champion inventor businessman. My claim to fame is making and marketing my magi wits the one-trick pony. This man is not. Working and designing bespoke without workout clothes, ethically sorted cufflinks, someday the holy grail. Luxury timeshares. Good for you. Okay. Thankfully that was all he had to say. Okay, well I'm gonna leave you to it. I'm now going to talk to the sentry. Sorry, the only reason I'm here is to make sure these two don't try anything. If you excuse me, I have to finish reading this article about a healthy work-life balance. Now I really can't borrow him. Got his mental health to think of. Okay, good. Okay, let's investigate the room. There's 5 things. The bar stool, the chandelier for whatever reason, windows, piece of, like a receipt or something, and, oh, the bin? Okay, let's check the bin. Like it says, I made it like digging through the trash for work. That's odd. A sandwich in here. Going up pictures from the dining car menu, I'd say this is a beetless and tomato sandwich. Here's the strange thing. The sandwich is entirely untouched, except for the fact that it's missing all the lettuce. Weird. I know what kind of leafy green was supposed to be in here, but everybody should eat their vegetables. Making note of this to find who is responsible for this monstrosity. Yeah. What kind of person orders this and only eats the lettuce? Good question. Okay, well, let's go for the chandelier next. Probably unrelated to my investigation, but who puts a chandelier on a train? Anything to class up this dump. I'm impressed. Whoever cast this glowing incantation on the fixture really knows their illumination spellcraft. Okay, cool. What about the bar? There weren't so many witnesses, I treat myself to a little pick-me-up. Hey, get your paws off the good stuff. Just checking the vintage on this bottle of, orange juice? Right. Okay, windows. Going past the cranberry marshes on a moonlit night. If my career goes up in flames, at least I got to see this. Good for you. Okay, well, receipt it is then. Train runs a slick business. They sell tickets to cram all the passengers in here, then sell us on watered-down mixed drinks. Mostly, I'm glad the bartender with the impeccable jawline isn't here. Too nervous to make a good impression. Hey, wait a minute. According to this itemized bar tab, that handsome so-and-so charged me double for my weak gin and cucumber soda. Making note of this to bug the smoke show later. Maybe this will be the start of a beautiful relationship, or at the very least a refund. Okay, well, that seems to be it, so... Okay, let's exit. Okay, something tells me that's all the evidence I'm gonna find. And the thing left to do is let everybody know I'm ready for the trial. Oh, okay, I wasn't expecting to do it so soon. But it's okay that I don't have everything figured out about tonight's robbery. The evidence might be revealed at the trial. Okay, well, Let's go to the trial then. Make your way to the train's dining car, which has been hastily rearranged for the trial. When the defendant's box is meta fidgets. Polly sits off to the side, stifling a yawn. You still got the little hat on, yay! Silicon Flight Saber, scanning your inventory of evidence to enter it into the official court records. Still looking good with that hair, Silicon. While I appreciate your earlier counsel, do not expect any personal favors in the upcoming trial. Don't worry, you wearing the hat is the only personal favor I need. Oh my god, you warm my heart, Silicon. Oh, I like seeing you happy. You're so cute. I appreciate your understanding. Wish us all a successful trial. Silicon hovers to the adjudicator bench, following our diagnostic checks. So, it's really happening. Don't worry, since it's your first time in court, I'll be your co-counsel. Plus, I'd give anything to wipe that smirk off Oberon's face. We'll lead you to a makeshift desk opposite Baryon, who's busy quaffling his hair. How are you feeling? Give it to me straight. I can read your mood like a book. I jumped on the riddle. What are my odds of survival? As long as you help, I'll be okay. We're ready to take on the votes. I have to go for this last option. None of that. You're gonna do great and not at all embarrass yourself. You sure about that? Anyway, it take a genius to figure out how to get those windows open. So it kind of hovers up to the adjudicator bench. Excuse me, Zircon, what are you wearing? My physical appearance has no bearing on the proceedings. Love the new look-see. Oh. Oh my god, I love Zircon so much. Now, if everyone is finished interrupting, this is case number 451231-17-A. Proceeding adjudicator is myself, Automation Zircon, model number 312173-C-23. This matter, you are on trial for destruction of train property and stealing your father's power gem. I didn't do it. You got to believe me. I know my inflection's all over the place, but I'm telling the truth. If you are innocent, you have nothing to fear. Investigator Baron, are you ready to serve as prosecutor? To think in less than 1 hour, I'll notch another guilty verdict. Mr. Kabali, are you ready to speak to Ismeta's defense? Don't mind how Kabali's sweating, Zik. I'm the empath, and I say Kabali's great. Baron, would you begin the trial by presenting your findings? Look alive, Kabali. Once he's done yakking, it'll be on you to cross-examine him. Can't wait. Okay, witness testimony. Ismeta and her brother were named co-inheritors of their father's power gem. So co-thing. So I guess one of them wanted it all to himself, potentially? Importantly, Ismeta is an arcane researcher who needs large stores of magical energy to power her studies to the development of new spellcraft. It's clear Ismeta stole the gem to power her upcoming experiments. Without full control of this gem, Ismeta has no other way to access sufficient magical power to continue her research. A succinct argument. Ismeta had motive to commit the crime. It's as simple as that. It's all over. Hey, no defeatism here, especially since Oberon said something that contradicts the evidence. He did? Guy's always twisting things around to get his way. Here's what you gotta do. Search through your buried statement using the next and previous arrows as seen here. Double clicking on these buttons for now, they're just for show. Thanks, Willa, thanks. Where did those come from? While you're scrolling through the testimony using those next and previous arrows, search for the one statement that contradicts the facts of the case. There's always one statement containing a lie during testimony. Don't ask me how or why, that's just the best. Or the game mechanics in this case. When you find a statement that feels incorrect, go to your inventory and look for a piece of evidence that proves the display statement must be false. Remember, selecting a piece of evidence inside your inventory lets you read a brief description of the chosen item. Last step is to select the piece of evidence and press the present button to show it to Zericon, so that you can make your own arguments and advance the trial. Looks a little something like this. In case you're wondering, the present button will show up inside your inventory screen during the cross-examination sequence. If you're incorrect by selecting either the wrong statement and or wrong piece of evidence, don't panic, Jericho will let you try again. Probably. Thanks. I'm feeling better already. If you're stuck during the cross-examination, press the Talk to Willa button inside your inventory to ask yours truly for a helping branch. If you choose to talk to me, I can give you this whole explainer spiel again. I can also use my empower powers to get you a hint to help you with the current cross-examination. If you're feeling really stuck, I can even tap into some next level power to have you advance the trial without having to solve the current cross-examination puzzle yourself. Be warned, it's basically asking the powers beyond the pale to do your job for you. Yeah, thanks, Will. How powerful are you exactly? Alright, enough yakking. Let's get to the cross-examination already. Hell yeah. Okay, yep. We get it. Doing great. It's chapter 1 in your rise to legal greatness. Yay, thank you, Will, for the vote of confidence. Okay, this man and brother were named co-inheritors. Were they? Because the will wasn't settled yet, was it? Okay, hold on. Okay, I thought we had something on the will, but okay. Cornelius Meadows is an arcane researcher. Clear, Meadows stole the gem to power her up. Cornelius Meadows has no other way to access sufficient. Hold on. Be this, because yeah, she going to university, which is really advanced, and he says Esmeralda has no other way to access sufficient magical power, which is false, because she does. She's really good at her job, so he says Esmeralda stole the gem because it's the only way she could gain access to arcane power source. What of it? Well, I don't want to say you're lying, but what if I told you she didn't need some paltry gem because she just accepted a research position at the Oaken's Hill area? What? Ha, I was right. Fuck yeah. Strike one for me! How to accept this letter being used as a bookmark? Which I love. Every time she closes a book, boom, a little hit of good news. Barium, I'm surprised she missed this. Well, like you didn't bring it up because it didn't help its case. Wait, you can do that? Accepted letter proves nothing. Perhaps she converted the gem to unlock its arcane secrets for herself. Oh, speculative much? Baron, speak only to the facts for your arguments. In that case, can I get on with my testimony? The circumstances of the crime are enough to prove this man perpetrated tonight's robbery. May I carry on with your testimony? Seriously? Curry's going to lay a bare and continue? I caught him out on a clear lie. I'll take more than one contradiction to shut the Baron down and improve this matter's innocence. If only we had more rigorous system of justice. On the bright side, check out a Baron scowl. Oh, that is definitely a scowl and a half. Allow me to continue my statement. Okay, what are you going to bring to the table this time? There are Transilia ruins present both in this man's room and at the crime scene. By examining the sigils, I found traces of arcane soot around both of them. This proves that they were both activated and successfully cast sometime tonight. You all know only 5th constellation level magicians can successfully activate the Transilia rune to teleport. I see a contradiction there already, because we already know your 3rd level people can also do it. They can only do it within a few millimeters. Low level magic users can't use the spell whatsoever. No, we got told otherwise. Since this man is the only 5th level magician aboard the train, we can deduce that she alone could use the spells to break into the safe room and thus must be guilty of the crime. No. Okay. It's clear that Transilia runes are involved in the crime. And since this man is the only 5th constellation level magician on the train, the guilt must lie with her. Are we sure she's the only 5th level here? You can see that untold powers lie in the heart of all of us. Upon reviewing the Magisterium Codex, I can confirm she is the only 5th constellation level magician on board. The train is otherwise populated with 3rd levels and a solitary 4th level. Mentioning the 4th level, Baron cast the showy Prestigian spell to ruffle his billow shirt. Don't get discouraged at Caballé. This is classic Barbarian, brazenly showing off and using the circular logic to get his way. Honestly, he's working on both counts. Not this time. I can't put my branches on it, but there's something off with his theory. Yep. I'm already on it, Willow. Oh, Willa. What if you could teach me on how to do that spell later? Caballé, you must proceed with your cross-examination. Remember, if you get stuck, you can always ask me for help. Okay, but I already I'm already onto it. Okay, where is it? Yeah, only 5th constellations, but there is... starting at 3rd constellation level, mages can do weakened versions of the spell. Interesting, Barbarian. You claim only 5th level magicians can perform the Transilio spell? Sorcery of that magnitude can only be performed by the Arcane elites. I mean, technically the most experienced ones can do it pretty well, but that's not what I found out. Because according to the spell's official description, even a 3rd level magic user can successfully activate the Transilia rune for a minor version of the spell. Well, this man might be the only 5th level magician on board. The train is rife with 3rd levels. The activated runes are enough to prove that this man had anything to do with the robbery. Cabballé's logic is sound. Well, Caballé may be right on a technicality, doesn't change the facts. How about talk about the evidence found in the safe room? More than enough there to prove this man's guilt in the senseless crime. As long as she ceases editorializing, you may proceed. Keep it up, Caballé. Doesn't take an impact to tell you're chipping away at the Baron's resolve. Yay! Okay, breaking the safe. As we established earlier, a Transilia rune was found in Meta's room, which I believe she used to translocate into the safe room undetected. Once inside the safe room, she summoned on an acidic Paracanthia plant to melt the safe door open. Only other plausible source of those leaves. Her constellation level summoning spells are no speciality. It's met a spellcraft further implying her guilt. With the safe open, it'd be easy for her to reach inside and steal the gem. She then made her escape with a quickly sketched Transilio rune before I caught her in the hallway. She believed the safe was broken by a magically summoned plant. Evidence speaks for itself. As we've just established, Isman is the only fifth constellation level caster on board the train. Truth is taking shape in my crystalline processing unit. Quick, Kabbalah, get to cross-examining him already. Find a contradiction. Okay, I think it has to do with... Okay, there's no other plausible source for these leaves. Yeah, she made an escape with a quickly sketched Transilio rune before I caught her in the hallway. Because, yeah, it's either this one, because that one was... Yeah, it could be this one, because her one's all, like, neatly done. Or there was... where was it? Yeah, this one. Use extreme caution when positioning a Transilio rune. Organic and inorganic matter in the rune circle will teleport along with the caster. So... yeah, if it's not this one, then I assume it's because the leaves on the ground didn't come with her. Then, okay, well, we'll try this first because her writing was really neat, very like good, whereas the other one was like really hastily done. So if you look at this, it clearly shows. Okay, yeah, I was wrong. Please steal for the truth that you're trying your best. How about I try this again? Okay. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, so my only other thing is that was, yeah, this one. Okay, no. Actually, no, we can do this, and then do the... Could have been brought in by whoever did that one. Or not, okay. Okay, I'm actually kind of stumped on this one. Wait... The fucking sandwich! Because there's no other plausible source for those leaves. Oh, right! The red on it is the fucking tomatoes! Oh my god, that's the fucking leaves. It's not the freaking yeah, the whatever plant. It's the freaking lettuce on the. Okay, I don't know why I didn't like put that 2 and 2 together. Okay, there, take this goddamn sandwich. Get it out of my inventory. Okay, when I first saw the leaves gathered around the safe, I noticed they were covered in unusual red flecks. Fucking from the sandwich. God damn it. Okay, I finally got there in the end. So it got me thinking, what if it wasn't a pyro whatever plant? You can't pronounce the plant's name, how can you expect to identify it? I wager this isn't some magical acid plant. You think it's actually ordinary lettuce. It's straight from this beet, lettuceless tomato and tomato plant. What? Those red flecks you see on these leaves must be from the beets inside the sandwich. Okay, not the tomatoes, the beets. Probably, can you prove this? Willa, did you just eat the evidence? God damn it, Willa, I know you're hungry, but now's not the time. My defense has a killer alloy. tangy, sharp. And completely unlike Barbarian's theory. Ha! Take that, Barbarian. If this is indeed lettuce, what is it doing at the crime scene? It was planted to frame Miss Meta, who is known to be familiar with the plant spell. Before the defense breaks out the champagne to congratulate themselves, I just realized something. I did my whole body tense up. Actually embarrassing. Earlier tonight, I found this slip of paper and never submitted it for review. God damn you, Barbarian. And you only remembered it now? He always does this. Submits evidence late, so the defense doesn't have time to review it. This is highly unprecedented, but if it's authentic and relevant to the case, really? You're gonna let him get away with this? I'll allow this evidence to be entered into the record. No Surgeon said they wouldn't grant me any favors, but come on. Girl, please proceed with your testimony in light of this new evidence. Okay, what is it? Can I translate or jump? Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, so a 50-meter jump. So yeah, that's supposed to be. Okay, hold on. So this note, I'm certain it was written in Esmeralda's own thin hand. When the note speaks of my room, that of course refers to Esmeralda's room. Okay, so yeah. Ugh, that doesn't look good for her. Okay, she goes there to there, the safe room, 50 meters. Okay, so there's Willow's room, guest room, guest room, guest room, safe room, maintenance room, supply room. Yeah. I'll forgive you the dramatics. I can prove exactly where Esmeralda teleported earlier tonight. From Esmeralda's notes, it's clear she exhaustively analyzed how to translocate from her room directly to the safe room, using a full 50-meter jump. There's nowhere else she could have landed. Because she's alive and well, it's obvious the spell was successful. Carried her to a destination without any breaches in space-time. By gaining success to the room, a magician of Esmeralda's power can employ any number of destructive spells to open the safe. Afterwards, she made her escape using a translator rune, thus leaving the same way she came in. Simply put, this note proves Esmeralda did the math to ensure a full 50-meter translocation jump, landed her precisely inside the safe room. If you'd like to review Esmeralda's note, you may go into your inventory and press the button that I've conveniently labeled as Note. Why, thank you, Grin. Although I don't know why you have access to my inventory. You can see what the button looks like, yada yada. Now, can everyone make things randomly appear like that? I mean, kind of, but it's also extremely arbitrary and kind of uncomfortable. Also, I have a question about this so-called evidence. If Esmeralda traveled less than 50 meters, how do we know her jump distance for certain? After a thorough examination of the scorch marks around the room, I can definitively say this room was used to translocate exactly 50 meters. Really? And you're only telling us now? It was pertinent using until this moment. The forensic evidence is conclusive. The auxiliary rune inside Esmeralda's room was used for a full 50-meter jump. What about the incomplete scribble in the lower right-hand corner of this note? It looks like something got cut off. Yeah. This to reveal mainly scribbles while she works out the maths of how to translocate to the safe room. What about... where did she get this paper? Is that anything? No, it's starting to feel like decisive evidence. I know Baron got us in a headlock, but you gotta find something wrong with this note, or it's all over. I thought you were supposed to be encouraging. I'm just being honest. This paper sucks for us real bad. And the scorch marks around the ruin seem pretty inarguable. I assume this spell was used to jump that traveled exactly 50 meters. Cavalier, we are cross-examination. Don't get discouraged, Cavalier. You can do it. Probably. Here, thanks. But yeah, no, because I noticed in the note. Okay, note. Because yeah, train direction. Because yeah, it said about 10 meters per second or something. Okay, so then that would take about 5 seconds. Okay, so you gotta. Okay, where is the contradiction? Oh, she could have landed. Oh, okay, hold on. Nice drinks. Ordered by KC, that's me. Maple Fizz, ordered by WM, Ginger Root. Oh, hold on. Honey Dyed Jackfruit Bliss, ordered by Bob. Interesting. I'm gonna try this first because yeah, she made an escape using a trimming ruin. That's leaving the same way she came in, but this one was different. So actually, okay, I wasn't right then. Okay, I'm thawed out and ready to try again. Really stuck, you can always ask me for help. Okay, yeah. I'm wondering if we try it with this one, because yeah, no way else she could have landed, but if she had the second one, then she could have landed somewhere else. Nope, okay, not that then. Okay, hold on, does it have to do with the whole, this one? Yeah, there's no way else she could have landed, but I'm not good with maths, but yeah, it travels a speed of 10 meters per second, but if the train is moving at 10 meters per second, aha, there we go, got it. I don't follow. Take a look at how the spell works. Casting a spell, the user travels at a speed of 10 meters per second for the full 50-meter travel distance. Thus, we can assume that after casting the spell travels incorporeal through the train for a total of 5 seconds. Oh my god. God, this is giving me fucking flashbacks to math questions. So, it's like, yeah, 2 to 5 seconds, so she's traveling for 5 seconds and yada yada, so she could technically travel 100 meters on the train. So if she wanted to, she could go visit Willa's room. I do not see the importance. Safe room is precisely 50 meters from her room, but that would only be if we were standing still. But seeing as we are also moving at 10 meters per second, she can go further on the train. As there were extenuating circumstances, Transilo jump would land her inside the crime scene. Caroline, if you're saying the full 50-meter jump would have landed her in the safe room, need to present proof as to what changed the math or the effective travel distance of the speed. Might be on the right track, I just need to present a different piece of evidence. Okay, let me try again. Okay. But, okay, wait. Ah, yes, here we go. This is where it says it's traveling at 10 meters per second. There we go. Okay, so we were kind of on the right track. Judging by this map, Baron claims that Meta's 50-meter translocation jump would have landed her exactly in the safe room. I thought you were speaking to Meta's defense. Baron would be absolutely correct in his assumption, but you forgot to account for one thing. The speed of the train. What? Today's spell doesn't teleport the user instantly. When one activates the Transilia rune, travel at a speed of 10 meters per second till they arrive at their destination. Please no. Yeah, I feel you on that, Will. I feel you on that. Yeah, oh my god. I was not expecting to have to do maths in a detective game, but here we are. Thanks to the shameless bit of self-promotion, we can know the train moves at a speed of 10 meters per second. Talk about convenient. Viewing the notes, we know this meter was jumping in the opposite direction that the train was moving in, effectively adding the train speed to her jump distance. Only given her smudged writing in the lower left-hand corner, you can tell that she was accounting for the train speed. Unlike a certain prosecutor I know. Ooh, burn. Combining all this, we can deduce that Smith's 50-meter translocation jump couldn't have landed her in the safe room. Oh right, I'm dumb. I was thinking of the opposite direction. She wanted to go back. But no, if she goes forward, then yeah, she actually can't reach the safe room. She can only, do half of this? So, yeah, she'd only be able to get into the room next to her or the maintenance room, so. And where would she have ended up? According to my calculations, the place she would teleport herself was... Oh no, I was correct, okay. No, yeah, it was Willa's room. What? Willa's room? Is this true? Willa, get me up here. You were with this method that proves her innocence. Willa? Very kebbly. What? Why? Come on, like... I mean, what is there to say? Wanna have a late night chat or something? Willa, you're serious? Samantha, what about you? If I say anything, you'd risk... I've already said too much. What the fuck is going on? Are you two conspiring something? There's something we need to know about? I don't believe this one moment. The witness is confirming it. Kabili doesn't have a shred of evidence to back up this absurd claim. But if you do the arithmetics and the translocation jump, I know you just graduated, but we're not in school, Kabili. Besides, this matter is a powerful witch beyond our reckoning. Who knows what she's capable of? Well, please, can't you help? Sorry, Kabili, you're on your own. God fucking damn it. As for you saying you were gonna help me, Willa. Enough chatter. Baron, please finish your testimony. I will do just that. Testimony has gone on long enough, and I'll finish with a simple question. Okay, Smetta's location. You claim Miss Smetta was with Willa in a room. That's true. Where's the proof that Smetta was inside Willa's room? Oh, crap. Okay, you don't have proof, then your theory falls apart. Simple as that. Well, Kabili, what do you have to say for yourself? Any chance you changed your mind about helping Willa? Cool, very cool stuff. Okay, all I need is one final piece of evidence. Okay, so proof that she was in her room. The necklace? Because she was feeling a bit dull, and then she was feeling a bit better. Maybe. Actually, no. The dining car bar tab. Why would Willow need to order 2 maple fizzes and 2 ginger root sour things at 8:24 p.m? This actually could be it. Yeah, she ordered that 7:17. Yeah, maybe this? Wait, that's not it. Oh, okay, no then. Okay, so the only other thing I can think of is then... yeah, the necklace. Is it? Huh, okay, so it is necklace. So I was right the first time. No, that Willow's necklace is no ordinary accessory. It's a mood pendant that lights up responding to her changing emotions. Yeah. When I first met her in the dining car, the gem inside was a dull grey, indicative of a neutral mental state. When I met Willow during my investigation, I saw her necklace was a radiant blue and filled with a brilliant energy. So the necklace was powered up from a pleasant dream. Now I believe it came from a different source. Which is to say, what about speculating about Willow and Smith's private lives? Oh. I think you guys have some explaining to do. Caroline. I mean, Ismeta is a very radiant blue. Maybe they were putting some of those dreams into reality. Hey, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's alright. It's Ismeta. Somehow I knew it'd end up like this. What is the meaning of this? Yes, please tell. We need to know this shit so that we don't go to fucking jail. Adjusticator, may I make my statement? I was hoping to avoid this, but now I see there was never another way. You may proceed. This week, my whole world changed. To regain the recessed position at the solarium and my father's passing, I felt like the ground was giving up below my feet. And in the midst of all this, I met the most charming woman. This gem turned bright future. Aww. Well, it was assigned to assess following night while the Magisterium reviewed the merit of my father's will. So she didn't want, so if they really are, like, getting it on, you know, then it would seem kind of improper, seeing as she is overseeing her father's, you know, will and everything, so it could look bad. So it could be looking like she could get, like, trying to get favors or whatever. It's not. I knew it was important to get involved with anyone from the Magisterium while they were reviewing my father's estate. And so, talking to her made me feel grounded, relaxed, happy. We weren't planning on to do anything, but then we ran into each other in the dining car. Got talking, had a few drinks, well, at least a few. We stayed in that corner booth till last call and thought, why not meet up later this evening? No expectations, keep things casual. Trying to be discreet, I decided to teleport into Willow's room directly so no one would notice. Both knew the risk but mutually decided to go through with it. So we left the bar, headed in different directions, Willa shouted goodnight for the whole train to hear. Once I got to my room, I double-checked my math on a scrap of paper, drew a Transilia rune on the floor. Studying my nerves, I cast a spell and successfully teleported myself straight into Willa's room. Willa was elated to see me. I felt pretty proud of myself for managing the Transilia jump on the moving train. So once we were together, you get the idea. Afterwards, I was too tired to teleport back like I initially planned. I was getting ready to leave. Barry knocked on Willa's door, insisting she help him investigate the robbery. Hit me from view, telling the Baron she needed a minute to freshen up. After he left, I tried sneaking back to my room, but it wasn't quite enough. Barry caught me further down the hallway, thinking I'd done this senseless crime. Barry must have found my note when he searched my room. Sorry for withholding the truth. Didn't want to expose Willa for breaking magisterial law, especially after she had been so kind to me. So yeah, she was protecting Willa. I mean, I knew she was protecting somebody, but I thought she was for the brother. But yeah, it's for Willa. Oh. Smeta. That's what happened. I apologize for not telling everyone sooner. Oh, it's okay, you got there in the end. It's quite the development. But then, we're still on the whole thing of who actually did it. But don't tell me I was actually fucking right from the beginning. I was the brother. Because, holy fuck. When it comes to detective games, I never get it right. Can't believe this. Think I'll buy her only revealing this now? Oh, come on, dude. Seriously? Gonna judge her for it, but you kinda did the exact same thing. She is not without cause. Sorting with potential estate beneficiaries during the Magisterium's ongoing review is strictly prohibited. But our meeting was harmless. Didn't talk about her dad's estate once. Would you expect us to believe you, the person she was with? Regardless of intent, the law leaves no room for doubt in this matter. Okay, but since I can attest that she was with me, can rule out her involvement in tonight's robbery. At least we can do that, right? Need I remind you that only I had the power to adjudicate this case? Smeta, Willa, had no idea it'd come to this. It's okay, Calibi. You didn't know. Now thanks to you, everyone in the Magisterium is gonna find out when the trial record goes public. Oh no, Willa. My feelings aside, it's Magisterium policy to report the truth of all things, no matter the consequences. Oh no. Cody's singular eye takes an uncharacteristically somber look. Corn, you okay? Cody refocuses, resuming their steely gaze. Putting this matter aside, our trial is not yet concluded. Because if this matter isn't responsible for tonight's robbery, who is? Chloe? You haven't piped up one bit during this trial. Care to finally get something off your chest? Why is everybody looking at me? Well, unless it was the sanitary guard over there, or maybe Seacorn. Well, you got to be joking. You think he did it? I mean, I've said it from the fucking start. I propose a brief recess before we resume our trial. And for all our sakes that we discover the truth before we arrive in the capital. Plot thickens. Look at everyone split out to catch their breath. Except for Baron, who's in the middle of giving Foley quite the pep talk. When the trial picks up, maybe I should talk with someone. Check in to see how they're doing. Maybe learn a little more about them. Something tells me I only have time for one conversation. I think I'll... Oh my god, okay. Confront the Bureau about why they insist on persecuting its meta. Make sure its meta will or okay after you reveal their affair. Check in on Zericon and see how they feel about the role as a justicator. I'll set myself for the rest of the trial by spending time with my own thoughts. Oh, okay. A lot of interesting options. So how to choose? Because, well, I mean, I'm not really willing to go with Oberon, because I don't think insisting on why he's prosecuting his meta is going to get us anywhere. But like his meta and Willa, I really like their characters a lot. But there's also Zericon, because I want to find out, because he seemed a little off during that last little section, so I kind of want to talk to him. Hold on. Like, I'm stuck between these two. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I don't know which one to choose, because I can only choose one. I don't really want to have to play the entire game again to get these other conversations. Okay, fine, I'm going with them. He approaches Meta and Willa, who sit across from each other, swirling mugs of tea. There he is. The thing, he began this trial wanting to jump out a window. You don't need to remind me, Willa. Although I'd be lying if I didn't say this. That sounded appealing about now. Wait, he wanted to do what? You don't need to know, Meta. You don't need to know. Actually, I was coming over to see how we were doing. Oh, Cabby, they're so sweet. Not as sweet as you, Willa. Not as sweet as you. I'm being honest, I feel like I just dollified in front of the whole room. To think we said something, we'd get this casual, no drama. I should have known. Drama is my whole thing. Well, Smeta, I'm sorry for my part in all this. Exposing you like this was not my intention. This isn't your fault, Cabelli. What she said, us meeting up tonight was our choice. I just worry about you, Willa. You're the only one who will have to face the consequences. Magisterium isn't exactly exacting in all things. Maybe they'll go easy on you, Willa. They was talking about giving everyone a fair shake. Oh, you sweet summer sapling. They're gonna run me through the ringer. Even if I get to keep my job, it's going to be non-stop seminars, workplace training, mindful retreats. No, Willa, I can't help but worry. Did I make everything worse? Hey, don't you get all sad on me. I don't care about the Magisterium's annoying rules on interfering with inheritance audits. It's a bad rule. They're stupid for enforcing it. It's my nature to grow wild and free. Can try to stick me on a trellis, but I can't change who I am. To think I came over to encourage you. I gotta say, I love seeing Willa up on a high horse. I mean, you were definitely up on a high horse, that's for sure. There's more room for more people up here. It's a big horse. That's what she said. I'm sorry, but if you gotta say stuff like that, especially if I was leaning to in the last sentence, I'm gonna have to say it. Count me. God damn it. Jokes just write themselves. Adjudicator. A brief recess would have ended 5 minutes ago. God damn it. We were having a nice sweet moment here. Apologies, I was recollecting pleasant, less eventful journeys. Of course you were, Siricon, of course you were. You and Willa say goodbye to Ismena, returning to your desks. thanks for your coming over to talk, Kabbalai. I appreciate our little heart-to-heart wood. Oh, trust me, I think you guys are gonna get some wood later. It's the least I can do. As a token of my appreciation. Sprung. Let's press a flower on her shoulder and hand it to you. Aw. Thank you, Willa. Aw, Willa. Second's about to start proceedings. I'll cherish this flower forever, until it dies. But it probably wouldn't take that long, because I am not good with keeping plants alive. Like, I can barely keep myself alive, let alone another living creature. May that be a plant. I call this court back to order. After questioning is matter, I'd like to continue by calling Foley to the stand. I can't believe this. You make a couple of good business decisions and suddenly everyone thinks you're hiding something. Don't worry, you won't have to testify for long, till we get back to questioning his matter on a so-called story. Wow, he's really got it out for her. Foley, please begin your testimony. Listen up, and I'll tell you why your boy is innocent. Okay, what do you got, Foley? I love my father. Never besmirch his name by brazenly stealing what he generously left for my sister and I. Why would I pinch the bauble anyhow? Financially, professionally, and especially financially, I'm killing it. Business is all blue skies and green lines. Not with the letter that we got, so I think we found where our, thing is. Speaking of, I actually have some new exciting business prospects still looking for up-and-coming investors. Hit me out after. Let's make some real magic. Oh, sure, whatever. Sound defense. As you can see, Foley has no motive to commit the crime. Ergo, he must be innocent. It's like you were right about his matter. Try and ergo that. I mean, he definitely has an ego, but if the defense is so confident, why don't you proceed with questioning? Thanks for that, Willa. You'll be fine. Just keep finding the contradiction and presenting the evidence that proves which of the statement is a lie. Which we already know about. Which one is that one? Okay, where was it? Okay, yeah, that one with the, stack of complaints. Okay, so the thing about that is, Cavalier, did you mean to trail? Oh, wait, that's not right. Oh, probably was the next one along when he was saying that he has a whole bunch of things lined up. Okay, yeah. Okay, shut up. I know. I'm going to get the Oberlin. Yeah. New exciting business, but still looking up and coming investors, which you don't because. Okay, well, actually, what else do we have? Just to double check, just in case. And I think it is that. Nope, it's not. Oh, wait, because he's talking about let's make some real magic. Like your weights, because they're not real, because they're No, they're not, okay. I'm gonna ask Willa, because I'm not really sure. Yeah, ask, or Peter, ask Willa. No, let's ask for a hint. Foley claims his business is all blue skies and green lines ahead. Yeah. Oh, true. Why do I sense him being so worried when he says his business is great? Yeah, I already on that, but the evidence I fucking want to present won't freaking work. Because I want to use this. But it won't let me. So... the scarf? No. What the fuck is it then? So what, did I not have it selected right or something? Why did it work now? They say you're doing well financially, personally, all that. Okay, that was kind of annoying. Probably on my bad. But anyway, I was right to begin with, just I guess I didn't have it select on the right statement. Honestly, I'm thinking of writing a self-help book. Step 1. Everyone buy my book. That's interesting to hear, because during my investigation, I stumbled across signs of a design flaw in your magic kettlebell business. Turns out that after 6 months of use, spell controlling the kettlebell's weight malfunctions, causing the weights to get heavier and heavier. Oh, what? I just brought one. Of course Willow would be the one to fall for such things. This malfunction... And I just realized, would she not be able to tell that this guy was scamming her? This malfunction is as widespread as the complaints made it look. I say Foley's business is about to be in serious trouble. Foley, is this true? Not gonna lie, some people had issues with their magi weights, but these are outliners, no case of user errors. If you search thoroughly through recent correspondence, you find that Foley has already shipped replacements and refunds to aggravated parties. I see. So it's less dire than Cabali theorized. Seriously? Borean's throwing Foley a lifeline like that? Don't act surprised. Borean's always trying to get a guilty verdict, no matter the cost. Makes me wonder if a political system arose and the cynical outcome is this proved to chronic misuse. Is far from the truth. Let's move on from speculating on the solvency of Foley's weights business. For the record, we're very solvent and have tons of stock available. If it cool if I drop a coupon code for the readers of the official trial notes. Please continue your testimony. Yes, please, we don't need to hear about your business scam. Let's run a hypothetical. How do I, a lonely 3rd constellation level magician, get inside the safe room sometime before 2 AM? Unlike Big Sis, I can't teleport myself anywhere I want. And as far as the window to the safe room, I like to keep trim. Even I got my limits. No way I could shimmy through that thing. Okay, how do you know about the window? And the cherry on top, even if I wanted to break in, Amanda Burren was keeping watch the whole night. I don't think he was, because I kept in mind about the drinks being ordered. There's one mysterious Bob who ordered. There's no Bob, and all the others use their actual names, so I'm just saying. Maybe he left his post. Unless you can explain how Maya snuck inside, there's no way I'm your guy. Game, set, and match. No. As much as Kabili and Willa would like to paint Foley as a suspect, it's impossible for him to have committed the robbery without me noticing. Unless somebody doesn't want to say that they let their guard duty for a couple of minutes. Orion makes a cogent argument. Oh yeah? Wait until you hear what Kabali's got to say. Hey, don't push me. Arm doesn't bend that way. Okay, well, I already know what to do. But he wasn't keeping watch the whole night because of this receipt. Because at 1:17 AM, a guy named Bob ordered honey jackfruits. Because you have KC, which is me, WM, which is Willa, IT, which is his sister, and then we had Foley, FJ, and there's only one other person on this train as far as I'm aware. But why would he order as Bob? Haha. All he claims that Baron was watching the door all night. They never once took a single break. Repeating Foley's words in a suspicious tone of voice isn't helping your case as much as you think. Baron's quick to change the subject because he and I both know Baron wasn't at his post the whole time. Ooh, is he sneaking up to see someone too? Well, he wasn't sneaking off to see me, so was he sneaking off to see Foley? We have another affair going on. Take a look at the dining car's bar tab. You can clearly see a purchase was made precisely at 1:17 a.m. by someone with the initials B.O.B. Is this a relevant detail? I think so, considering Bob are the initials of an individual named Bartholomew Barian Buzzard. A few layers off of saying bastard, but I didn't realise that was his full name. Yeah. Baron, should I say Bartholomew? Is this true? I thought there would be no harm in stepping away for a moment. After all, I was stationed there for several hours. Plenty of people go by their middle name. Baron Bartholomew. That's it. Whatever you prefer to be called. Your election of duty is a serious matter. Of all things, honey jackfruit bliss. For the record, my infraction is of a significantly lesser magnitude than Willer's. But because you left your post, somebody stole a very important thing, so... Oh sure, at least I didn't fail to protect valuable goods, but... Don't call me that. This is not the arena to discuss your respective transgressions. I've yet to hear how my absence matters. Really? How do we know this has any bearing on the case? Come on, Baron. I thought you'd be smarter than this. Didn't discover the theft until 2 a.m. All the crime was perpetrated at 1:17 a.m. when you weren't at your post. That would be a relevant detail if it wasn't not for the fact that Foley couldn't break into the room even if I was gone the whole night. If that is so, then I invite Foley to continue his testimony. Wait, really? You're just going to let him continue after that? Unless I am missing an update to my Arcane Investigations work, I believe I am still the sole adjudicator of this trial. Didn't have to get that sassy with me, Saracon. That's usually a burden's job. We'll revisit how Barian abandoned his post at a later date. Oh, come on. I'd expect nothing less. Wow, I didn't think I'd seen Barian so demoralized before. As for now, let's hear more of Foley's testimony. That's what I'd like to hear. Let's put this case and ourselves to bed. Oh, yes, please. Get entry into the safe room part 2. So Baron stepped away for a few minutes. Big whoop. Doesn't change a thing. I was asleep in my room when the crime happened. Even if I wanted to embrace myself trying to get inside the locked safe room, how could I do it? Outstanding master of commerce like myself doesn't have the right tools to break into anything. The needles. I was wondering when the scarf would come into fucking play because the needles were broken. He probably used that. Because I had it in the back of my mind thinking, could he have used them to be able to like rat the seals and whatnot. Unless you've forgotten, I'm too low a constellation level for a proper Transilia jump. I don't even have the arcane juice to jump that pilly 1 meter necessary to phase through the door. Pushing a narrative about me that's wrong. Insinuating I'm not ashamed to say hurtful. Now let's be done with this so we can catch the real perpetrator. As you see, Jack Data fully has nothing to do with this. There is no evidence tying him to the safe room, and he is without the means to gain entry. That is valid points. Let's capitalize and will find something that ties Foley to the crime scene. Let's see no reason to continue interviewing him. What? We just established he had a clear and free time to break in. Hey, no spiraling. There must be something connecting Foley to the crime. Here's hoping I can find the evidence. Kabbalah, bring the cross-examination. Okay. Cause yeah, we had these. Yeah, embedded in the scarf is 7 knitting needles with a broken, scratched tip. But yeah. So, I did have the arcane juice to jump, but the pilly 1 meter necessary. Okay, I don't know if he could have used anything. Yeah, I don't have the right tools to break into anything, but you do have these. That's probably what you used to break in, and then, yeah, it's this. Yep, it is. In searching Foley's room, I found his latest knitting project. Scarf was a mess, but more crucially, let's take a look at the knitting needles. You take that back about my scarf. Middle on the needle is bent and pockmarked, and it's been improperly used. Kabbalah, where are you going with this? I bet if we test this knitting needle in the safe room door, I'm sure the damage would be consistent with the needle being used to pick the lock. Foley, do you care to explain this? Your Honor, Kabbalah is twisting Foley's knitting inexperience to try and place him at the scene of the crime. I mean, he might be bad at knitting, but come on, nobody can be that bad. Foley, how long was the needle before being broken like that? Since, days ago. Weeks, actually. Come on, Baron. You expect us to believe this guy's been knitting with a broken needle this whole time? Look at the scarf. No way is anyone this bad without good cause. Fortunately, I am not equipped with knowledge of amateur knitting. How about I continue my testimony? It's been a yarn that'll make it clear that I didn't do it. Hear that wordplay? Definitely getting worked up. Keep on him. So maybe my knitting needles were scuffed. That doesn't prove I used them to get into the safe room, okay? Also, that safe is a Makobi Morsa. On the area of Baron Lords. Morsa's access codes change every hour, and tumblers are made of glass rock to prevent arcane tampering. And why do you know all this exactly? No way I could have gotten the access code off of Baron. He's a nice guy, but he's not that nice. But we did notice that the thing had been broken into, so. Nail in the coffin, this is made of a non-destructible cupboard, whatever the fuck that is. Paltry 3rd level magician like myself doesn't know a spell powerful enough to rip it open like that. Ever think the works of a great magicians are beyond likes of regular folks like us? I starting to think this thing can't be sold. Seriously, another one of these. He couldn't have done it because it was physically impossible situations. Logic still stands. simply not seeing how we could have perpetrated this crime. He's so clearly hiding something. And whose job is it to prove that audacious claim? Really walked into that one, huh? Yeah, that one's on me. Okay, so what have we got? What could he have used? Because yeah, the only thing is this. Because yeah, he would have only needed to go a few millimeters, so he could have opened it from the inside, I guess. Oh, well, I was actually right about it. So he did use that too, because yeah, it did say they only need like a few millimeters to get in. And I guess he'd be powerful enough to just kick the door in and open it. Represent the translocation ruin. To what purpose? Double A, if you think the ruin could have broken open the safe, present a piece of evidence that explains how. Okay, I'll do that, if I can. Oh, okay. So, we need that, but, use extreme caution when positioning a thing. Organic and inorganic matter in the ruin circle teleport along with the caster. Could that be it? Could it be this? Well, you make a fascinating claim here, and just made a fascinating miscalculation. Oh, I'll try again. Okay, so it wasn't that. Oh, hold on. I might have used it on the wrong one. Hold on. Ha, there we go. Okay, so yeah, I had done it on the wrong one. Just like last time. Something interesting. Perfect circular arc has been cut out of the save. I get it now. I get it. Okay, I see how it worked then. Always with an overwrought intro. The only thing that could have made such an incision was the Transilo ruin. I don't follow. How could a translocation spell open that safe? What if a corner Transilo ruin was placed directly below the safe? And Transilo ruin teleports not only living creatures, but any and all material standing within the ruin's area. So he would have used it to pretty much bottom out the place and then grab the stuff, you know. Where are you going with this? Place the ruin directly below the safe. You'll be able to teleport the walls of the safe away, effectively splitting the safe in two, like what happened and why there's a corner of it missing. Whoa, really? You could do that? And there follows a third level musician who's only capable of teleporting something a couple of millimeters. So we need to break the safe door wide open. What about the plants? I mean, lettuce. We rerun the dining cart's accounts. I bet we find a receipt for a BLT with Foley's name on it. Time to face facts. Foley has knowledge of the spell, access to the room, and mode to steal the gem. You adjudicator Sarcon. This is all conjecture. Be that as it may, it's starting to sound increasingly plausible. You know, I just remembered something that may end the whole charade. God damn it, Baron. What are you fucking hiding from us now? Seriously? You doing this again? Sarcon, get him out of here. I stepped away for a drink. I was indeed briefly derelict in my duties of watching the door. But after receiving my drink, a process which only took 2 minutes, I sat in a chair, giving me an unobstructed view of the safe room. Though it's possible Foley could have broken in the room while I had my back turned, it's inconceivable they would have enough time to do all this subterfuge and then sneak out the door without my notice. Yeah, but what if he was real sneaky? I will not tolerate baseless supposition in this court. It was worth a shot. In light of Baron's update, how can I put the finishing touches in my testimony? Of course. In plain terms, I can spell out how I couldn't have done this crime. Easy street. Let's put an end to this waste of our time once and for all. I look forward to hearing what you have to say. That makes one of us, right, Cabaret? Why is Zircon still glaring at me? Okay, so let's go along with the deluded theory that I somehow did this. I stole the gem, but then how do I escape without being seen? As I keep reminding everybody, I don't have superpowered magic, like his Meta, the Incredible. I can't just swoop, teleport back to my room. No roof access, no possibility of escaping through the window, stuck in the room. Hypothetically speaking, of course. My logical explanation is that I didn't escape the room because I'm not the one who stole it. Asking the wrong questions. I'm not your guy. Someone else must have done this. Maybe someone in this very room. Seriously, that's not testimony, it's more circular logic. Foley had no plausible egress from the room. Cabalai's theory of him committing the crime cannot stand. Cabalai, since Foley's close to cracking, just one more contradiction will snap him like a breadstick. Crack. Cabalai, begin the cross-examination. Okay, what evidence do we have? Because yeah, we pretty much used everything except for the safe room ruin. Okay, so yeah, we used that one. We used... Oh, but he had the gem with him, didn't he? Because by that point he had the gem, so he could have escaped and used the thing. Hold on. Hold on. Which one do we... Oh. Yeah, but at that point you did have superpower because you had the gem. Yeah, because he would have had the gem at that point, so he could have, swooped out. So you steal the gem and confronted with a problem. You need to escape, but you can't go out the front door in case you're seen. Ordinarily, you can only teleport yourself a few millimeters, but they weren't ordinary circumstances, were they? Just get to the point already. Foley opened the safe. He had in his possession the power gem. Foley never needed to worry about an escape route. The object of the heist power is the perfect getaway. By using the stone, he could power the Transilia spell up to the 5th level, and successfully teleport back to his own room. What about the missing Transilia ruin? If there really is true, there should be 2 Transilia ruins inside the safe room. I mean, what about the rug? He could be hiding it. Wasn't there a smudge or something below the safe? That smudge was from Foley trying to wipe away evidence of his first ruin. Couldn't hide the second one because he used it to teleport himself away. So Foley had motive, means of entry, and a way to escape. All I hear is conjecture, baseless accusations being lobbed at Foley, pillar of the community. Went through all this work to steal the gem, then where is it? Will rushes over, giving Foley a pat down. It's not on his person. Quick as Oberon and a quick once over two. It's not on Oberon either. You dare suspect me. Okay, well I think... is it the clock? It's gotta be a clock. Because we brought it up for some fucking reason, so it's probably in there. It's not Foley, maybe it's in his room? I can't believe this. If that's what it takes, fine. I'll take everyone to look for yourselves. I have nothing to hide because I am innocent, you hear me? Innocent. Anyone can stop him and follow the exits, marching towards his room. Is anyone going to stop him? Come, let us see what there is to see. Yeah, I reckon it is the clock over here. Fidgety Foley leads everyone down the hall, throwing open the doors to his room. See for yourself. No gem. Look around you, find the room unchanged since the last time you saw it. Aaron does some token half-hearted looking. We're wasting our time. Research and it's not here. I'm afraid if we cannot locate the gem, we will have to drop all accusations against Foley. Seriously? Sorokon is the most dramatic automaton. It all comes down to this, Kabalai. Where do you think the gem is hiding? Before presenting my guess, let's see what I can remember from this room. Yeah, well, I already know it's probably in there. Definitely not the papers could have really checked there. I reckon the thing is underneath there. There's knitting in the window that we already checked. So room's got a standard issue magic powered clock. Pretty sure I made some joke about how it was running too fast and that I wanted to go home. Very on brand for me, turning soul-crushing anxiety to lame-o jokes. Yeah, there wasn't anything too spicy on the desk or in the drawers when I first looked. Maybe I didn't look hard enough. Hey, how can I forget it? Foley's needlessly fancy rug. Close inspection is stained from countless in-room meal services. Hey, then, yeah, that's an idea. Image is in the center of the yarn. Ugh, too bad I'm too weak to pull it apart with my hands. Yeah, window. Maybe you threw the power gem out the window to hide the evidence. Well, that wouldn't make sense, because that would defeat the whole purpose of stealing it. Could have made some kind of plan to recover it later after the train stopped, but I mean, it's pretty far out and I don't see him trucking all the way out to go retrieve it. Foley has an entire wardrobe worth of expensive clothing. Maybe he hid the stone somewhere inside here. Gem is located. Clock. When I first saw the clock was running fast, I didn't think anything of it. Then I remembered the power gem lends its charge to nearby spells and magical objects, effectively supercharging them. So I was right, it was the fucking clock. I knew there had to be a reason why we could look at it. It's not happenstance that the spell-powered clock is running fast. Doing that because the power gem is inside the clock. Reach into the clock, pointing at a brilliant ozone stone. Hell yeah, I was actually right on that. My retinal scans indicate that this is indeed the power gem. Suck on that, Foley. So, from the beginning, when I was jokingly saying, oh yeah, it's probably the Foley, I was actually fucking right. Once I was actually fucking right. I can't actually believe it. I mean, we only had a small selection of characters to choose from, so made it a little bit easier, but yeah, no. Imagine how embarrassing that would have been if I got it wrong. But lucky for me, I actually still retain what few little brain cells I have, so. Can't believe it. It was right under our noses the whole time. Foley, it was you? You stole it? Uh-oh. Is he gonna go all Ace Attorney style and Ace Attorney villain style and like have a full-on mental breakdown? All I wanted was the stupid gem. This has got the brains, the accolades, and all I got were multiple filings for bankruptcy. So the issues with the Magi weights were worse than I thought. Post past, I thought I was about to get a lifeline. Finally, he was going to support my business in death since he never did it in life. And the magistration sticks its nose where it doesn't belong by reviewing his will, pulling up everything. Instead of doing me a solid, the only thing the Magisterium released is this power gem. My pops had the goal to stipulate I had to share it with his meta. Holy, I had no idea you were in trouble. I think I want your sympathy. I don't need your pity. I don't need you or your pity. The only thing I need is who anyone can move. Well, grab the power gem out of your hands. Oh, great. Everyone, stay back. Fully flips over the rug, revealing the Translucio rune drawn on the flip side. I fucking caught it. It was under the fucking rug. Look out. The rune's ready to pop. Don't magic me. Don't magic me. Holy, let's be reasonable. I tried that. This is all I got left. Do not do this, citizen. Whatever you floating eyeball or automata, I don't have to do what you say, what anyone says. Holy, please, we can still fix this. What's the fix? Everyone got exactly what they wanted. Magisterium solved their case, you get to see the perfect order, and I get my prize. See you never, chumps. Oh shit. Boy teleports away in a burst of light. For a moment no one says anything. Then everyone speaks all at once. Branch and finger check? Everyone in one piece? He got away. Quick, someone go after him. By the time I get my wand, it'll be long gone. Culprit escapes. Most regrettable conclusion. I can't believe it. Papers are going to have a field day with us. Gosh, that's what he's thinking about. Looks like you're right after all, Kabbalai. I fucking was, wasn't I? Haha. Suck on it, everyone. Foley really was responsible. You two were taking bets about who did this? I thought I was the impressive and professional one. Doesn't matter. When we arrive in the capital, we'll need an official statement about what's transpired here. All the good that would do. I mean, would he still be on the train though? Unless he can teleport outside of the train? So anyway, you may return to your room until our arrival. I will come by to collect you before we disembark. Meta sighs, walking out without another word. Doesn't matter, I can only imagine what she's going through right now. In light of the circumstances, I suspect the Magisterium will conduct a thorough review of tonight's trial record. Ugh, sounds like you girls definitely in for some trouble when we get into town. More importantly, I wonder what they'll do to me. Maybe there's a way to find a silver lining, you two? Perhaps Kabbalai's right. I just need to find a way to spin this in my favor. God damn it. Maybe we should have just kept our mouth shut. Let me guess, you're gonna blame your dereliction on working conditions. That we didn't have enough breaks? Well, don't give him ideas. Gary narrows his eyes, already hatching a plan. Despite his unexpected outcome, I announce today's trial officially concluded. Everyone should rest while you're able, especially all at the Magisterium office by 8 Charms sharp. Oh man, we definitely need the sleep. We definitely deserved it. Wonder what pea coat I should wear for when we arrive. And just like that, I'm off to see his meta. I mean, my room. Hope you pick an ugly one, but Everyone turns to go, heading in different directions. Looks like everyone's splitting up for the night. Or is it morning? If I hurry, maybe I can talk with someone one-on-one before I turn in. Considering how late the trial went, something tells me I have time for one person. I think I'll talk to. Well, yeah, try to mend fences with Hopper and that's not fucking happening. Talk through your feelings in the case with Zircon, or... Well, I guess we're checking in on Willow and Isma. Guess why not? Find Willow and Isma are in a room. Hey, it's everybody's favorite Arcane Investigator. Do you need a minute? I don't want to intrude. Straight away. I'd like to spend as little time as possible with my own thoughts. No, poor girl. You see, I should have known something was up with Foley. He was never one to write, but the past 6 months, sent me all these letters talking about the most boring, stupid stuff. I'm so sorry, Smeta. I just assumed everything was fine. He was struggling through it, the same way we all do. You'll see him again. No fortune teller, are you? I wish, but sometimes I just know. Here's hoping. Thanks for your help today, both of you. I only wish it didn't have to go down that way. What are you going to do? All the advances in spellcraft and magic, there will always be things we don't have any power over. Sometimes I hate it here. Don't we all? No one says anything, watching the moon sink below the horizon outside. At least you're cool, both of you. But especially the one of you with hot librarian vibes. Wither. Slayer is not too far from the capital, right? Just a train ride away. Trains. Your least favorite way to travel. Meta burst into laughter, making Willow light up in relief. Aw, you two are so cute together. After the tension and exhaustion of the night, you're glad to see them joking like this. I think I'm gonna head out. Well, this minute make half-hearted pleas for you to stay, but you think it's best to give them time alone. Make your way to the door. See you when we get there. You barely notice as you shut the door behind you, turning to the hallway. Looking outside, you see the swells of the river Mitis. The capital must be close. Retire to your room and conclude the case. Here I am, back again. I feel somehow wrong after everything that's happened. The room is exactly as I left it. Change back into your pajamas, laying down on the bed. I bet the folks will be proud to hear I solved my first case. You're practically healed and congratulating me now. Wish I felt that way too, but I don't know. This is how it's going to feel every time. Overwhelming, exhausting, complicated. At least I didn't embarrass myself too bad. This is the conductor welcoming you to the capital. We hope you have a pleasant, relaxing trip. Remember to take all your personal belongings with you as you disembark. Hope you'll travel with us again, whenever your next journey takes you. I'll picks ahead into your room. You, Kabbalai, want to have a discount tea shop with a better than me before work? Whatever that is just to die for. Hey, you in here? He's staring away. He's had a long, long day. That's it. God damn it, I want to find out more. And I'm really hoping that Dev does like a sequel to this, because my god, I'm going to play the shit out of that, because my god, I had so much fun with this. Yeah, I'd love to see a fully fledged game like Ace Attorney and whatnot, have like different trials and whatnot, because I would love to see that. I loved all the characters, just the whole setting was so cool. I loved it. Yeah, they did a fantastic job on the writing, like on the characters, the designs, everything was so good on it. I loved it. Definitely captured that Ace Attorney kind of comedy vibe too, which I always loved. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun. If you guys want to check this game out for yourself for whatever reason, maybe you want to befriend Bart for whatever reason, or maybe befriend our little robot friend, link will be down in the description below if you want to check it out. And yeah, with that, we'll be ending it here, and yeah, we'll be moving on to the next game.